A significant boost for hygienic design. That could be the effect of the adoption of the new GFSI benchmarking requirements, document J1 and J2, by the program certification owners worldwide. With us today is a member of the EHEDG Hygienic Design Benchmarking Support Group that was established a few months ago. His name is Peter Overbosch. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Rob. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Can you please introduce yourself to the audience? Tell us a little about your professional background.
I have been involved as QA Manager for a number of companies from 92, Unilever, then moved to the US and worked with Kraftfoods, moved back to Europe to work in Germany with Metro AG.
You're also one of the first initiating members of the Hygienic Design Benchmarking Support Group that EHEDG established, and you propagate a good understanding of these new GFSI benchmarking requirements. Why is that? And can you tell us a little bit about the start and the development of this group?
We started, which is around 2016, and the idea came up that it would be worthwhile to expand the understanding and influence of hygienic design. And it would be ideal if GFSI could take that up as part of their portfolio of benchmarking requirements, so that it could ultimately end up being available as certificates.
We've seen in the past that the GFSI requirements are almost interpreted as a license to do business in the food industry these days. Is that still the case?
A license to be in the business is to be certificated according to one of the GFSI recognized standards. The only thing is that those GFSI recognized standards at this moment do not include an explicit hygienic design component, and that is a gap that we intend to fill.
Now, GFSI published these documents, but who are the primary target groups? What stakeholders in the industry should actually look into these GFSI hygienic design benchmarking requirements right away?
The benchmarking requirements as issued by GFSI are very high-level documents. And what they say is they are directed at the CPOs, the certification process owners, for them to base certifiable standards upon them. And the language that GFSI uses is the standard shall require that.
How should EHEDG members, that is to say, food processing companies and food equipment producing companies, approach and understand these new GFSI benchmarking requirements?
Yeah, well, you could see this as a kind of a pyramid. At the top, there are the GFSI benchmarking requirements. Then below that, there are the CPO standards. Those are the standards that people can get their certificates to, like FSSC 22000 or BSC or IFS and a number of others. And then, of course, there are the actual end users. And the end users are, in this case, not only the food manufacturers, but also the equipment manufacturers. So benchmarking requirement J1 is for equipment manufacturer, benchmarking J2 is for the food manufacturers. Now, the idea is that there is a lot of interest in getting these certificates going, getting the opportunity to be certified. But then, of course, there need to be CPO standards, and CPO standards will only be developed if there is enough interest from the end users. But the end users will probably only express interest and start moving once there are CPO standards.
Okay, now what is needed to get this flying wheel into motion?
So we are working at this moment. We have ongoing discussions with CPOs and the people who work with them, also from the industry. On the other hand, we are working with people from the industry to get this, what you might call a flywheel, going. Get things moving and support that through the development of these guidelines.
Thank you, Peter Overbosch. Very insightful. Thank you very much for this interview.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity you gave me to explain more about the hygienic design initiative with GFSI. I'm certain that this will move the cause of hygienic design further, and I was very happy to have the opportunity to explain that.